Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community Night Night. Night Night? Night Night everybody! We're calling it a day. Catch you later. Right Night. I think that's the first time I've said it like that. Whoops. Which means multiplayer Pyre, not that we are all about to go to bed. What's up, Murph the Smurf? So, let's see. That's totally thrown me off. Oh man. But only been doing this intro for what, like 3 years now? Maybe we just start anew. Hey everybody, how's it going? We're in for some more Pyre Community RITE Night tonight, which means some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because you can join said Discord group if I had put an exclamation point at the beginning of that word. There we go. By clicking on that link right there, you can join the RITE Club Discord server. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook, because if you look at the red circle with the white L below chat, you click on that and you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players, exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode. We'll set ourselves back to our defaults. But let us know if there's anyone who would like to jump in here to get us started, or if there's anything setup-wise that we would like to do for our first match, as in the meantime, I will jump into said Discord group. Okay, there we go. I am now all set and ready to go. How's everybody doing? How are we doing today? Anyone who would like to get us started today? And Murph the Smurf, it's good to see you. What brings you to RITE Night? We looking to partake of some multiplayer Pyre matches today, or we looking to to mess around with some requests and see what we can subject other players to setup wise, or just here to hang out for a little while? Watch or play? Nice. Very nice. Alright, well we do not yet have anyone lined up for our first matches. I do of course see Lilac and iRotor in chat as well. If either of you guys would like to hop in, you're welcome to as well. What is... Murph the Smurf, what is your favorite character in Pyre? Who, I guess I should say, is your favorite character in Pyre? Whether they be a playable character or not. So I think you'll get a fairly... Well, there are certainly some that rise to the top of people's lists pretty regularly, I think. Jodariel might be, I don't think the most popular, but she's certainly up there. But you'll also get a fairly wide array of opinions there. Maybe not with the absolute favorite, as I was saying. There's at least one character in particular I can think of that pops up quite a bit. But if we're talking among the favorites, then I think there's a pretty wide array. Alright, well, at the moment at least, not seeing that many people volunteering here. So, I mean, oh, hold on. As soon as I say that, Failer says, first of all, big fan of the Savages. That is what I was thinking of. I think the Stowaway, at least right now, certainly very much seems to be in style. So if I had to say one character who is the most popular right now, probably would have to be her. But, Failer, let me get you in. As I said, Jodariel may be number 2. Failer, are you showing up on the Steams? Not seeing you at the moment. But of course, that would mean... And Blue, how's it going? How are you? Looking to get Phaler in here at the moment, but there is still room for one other person. This... Your username makes me very suspicious. Where is this coming from? I feel like this is someone who I know. It didn't say you were a first-time chatter, which usually it does. We did? Okay, wow. Must have been a little while ago then. Not gonna lie. It is the type of name that you sometimes see from bots, so maybe my guard was up for that reason. Alright, let me see if, Phaler, now you're showing up. Let me get you the invite. But yeah, our second spot is still there for the taking. Oh, and let's see. It looks like Murph the Smurf may be the next one to express interest. But yes, you'll need to add me on Steam. We'll need to friend each other. Let's see. Murph the Smurf, are you in the Right Club Discord server already? I swear I am not a bot. Beep boop bop 0011001. The humans are dead. You are? Okay. In the Black Wagon chat, like the main channel, there's a pinned message that has my Steam friend code in it. So if you find that, you should be able to send me a Steam friend invite or request fairly easily that way. So I can get you in if you do that, and that might be the best way. Okay. But now everyone's coming in, so let's see. Lilac is back. That has a ring to it. Married to the grind. Let's see. And yeah, Lilac maybe a little bit later. No worries. No worries. Also had a special request that you want to wait until you are in to do. Okay, also fair. Uh-oh, I'm in love with the streamer is communicating with Nightbot. I'm now increasingly suspicious. Oh, you want to make it now while you're not playing. Well, that's concerning. Well, if we are about to get Murph the Smurf in for their first match, you know, I mean, obviously I don't know what you have in mind, Lilac, but I feel like maybe it would make sense to be a little merciful and at least give everyone a chance to warm up for a match first. I mean, up to you. Up to you. I don't know what your request might entail. Okay. Fair enough. Let me see if I have a friend request. Ooh, looks like I do. There we are. Okay. Nice. Should be able to get you in then. Let's see. Popping up right here. Murph the Smurf, have you done multiplayer Pyre via Steam Remote Play before, or will this be your first time?
I did it this past week.
Okay. Oh, okay.
A little bit.
I remember seeing you pop in to the Discord a little while back. Okay, I recognize your profile picture. Okay, great. So you were saying, sorry, and then I got distracted as soon as I tabbed over to Discord and saw your profile picture. I was like, light bulb moment. I recognize that picture. So you have done it a little bit? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I played a little bit against Vikas on Wednesday or something like that.
Okay, great. So at least the basics are there.
Yeah.
In terms of controller versus keyboard mouse, do you have a preference there?
I play controller.
Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, speaking of which, do I have my controller plugged in right now? Uh-oh, Lids.
Dang.
Come on, Lids. Well, it's unplugged now. As for whether that's gonna cause a series of issues down the road, your guess is as good as mine. But let's see. Alright, so Anor says that... Oh, let me get your names both in here first. I take it based on the fate being player 2 that Phaler you are player 2?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, let me get you in there. Very nice. And then Murph the Smurf. What's the preferred name that we ought to use?
I guess.
Murph? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Murph, do you have a preferred triumvirate? The fate are taken.
Not really.
But aside from that, anything.
I usually would select the fate, but
Oh.
I guess I don't know. Nightwings.
Nightwings?
Something blue.
Okay. We can do Nightwings. Nightwings worse. Okay. So Anor is saying that Murph, you can select the song of your choosing here. Do you have any preferences there?
This will determine your entire
God.
personality.
We may or may not judge you based on this decision. We do have some that are modded in.
Oh, I see.
There may be a few more options here.
Oh, we got all of the Never that returns. I mean, I do really like Never to Return. I don't know. Give me Knights of the Sea.
Okay. Okay. Valid.
That's a good one. Not bad at all.
I agree.
Okay. Pass the vibe check.
Perfect. All right. Let's see. So we have the song.
Very good.
Okay. I think we might be good to get started here, unless there's anything else we want to go for. But as I was saying, since this is Murph's first match, at least in RITE Night, maybe we let people ease into things a little bit here.
I don't know.
Before we go too
If we
crazy.
want to go wacky, we can go wacky.
All right, well, it sounds like Lilac has something planned. So if not at this very moment, I think at least fairly soon we will see some things go down. So we'll see. We'll see what that all leads to. But let's get started.
The time is nigh, exiles.
Oh, and I love the streamer. Oh, one second.
At the glade of Liu. You are gathered to conduct this rite. Only the righteous shall emerge victorious. Nightwings, stand ready. The Fate, stand prepared. Now we shall
All right.
get started.
So, first question is, hopefully you're able to move here, but my having plugged in the controller at the beginning may have messed everything up.
I do not appear to be able to move here.
Hold on. Now we go into musical chairs mode, real quick. Let's see, so Murph, you are theoretically player 3. What about now?
Yeah, I'm moving now.
Okay, great. So, no requests from chat affecting your team composition or anything like that, so this is all up to you. And in love with the streamer, what was your question that you were asking? You meant to ask earlier? Sorry, I missed it. Yeah, there may be more musical chairs, depending on how things go once we try setting up Baylor's team. So stay tuned for that. Prayer bead stowaway, okay. Good choice, getting us started here. Any luck, Phaler? Your silence speaks volumes.
Hang on. I'm just unplugging and replugging real quick.
Okay.
Hoping that fixes it.
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
We survive.
okay. That's encouraging. So it's a
no.
speedy Vorpher. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, we do have some modded exiles in at the bottom of the selection screen there. They are the same as the characters you would usually get from, or that you're more familiar with. It's just basically to allow you to get 3 of a kind for things like savages and imps and worms, which you wouldn't otherwise be able to do.
Fair enough.
Thank you, in love with the streamer. I mean, I guess this is sort of like the closest thing to that.
Should I take the imp transform?
Oh,
Surely
did
it's
he
not gonna
take
matter
the
that much.
the salute?
Take the salute.
I mean, you can. It is a counter.
Good. I don't think I'm gonna.
Alright, well, it's a speedy Tizo in the second spot for Murph. And then Titan Tooth on Ignarius for Phaler. Have some E-Gig
Thinking.
fans in chat. Exploding Deluge in the last spot for Murph. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've never really tried any quote-unquote serious voice acting stuff outside of streaming-related things, but I mean, I guess I wouldn't necessarily rule it out.
In honor of the
But Phaler getting us started now with a 30 damage plunge from Vorford, and in our first match of the night between Phaler and Murph's first ever match in RITE NITE. So welcome to the RITE Club, Murph. And Murph then plunges with the stowaway, and with prayer beads means she's still here. There's the exploding deluge. Phaler with just his imp back, although with the web lanthorn helps bring Vorfrit back into the fray, and here is Vorfrit plunging for 30. Stowaway for Murph. Uses that salute to get to the orb quickly. Now Phaler with Iggy. And that Titan Tooth stuns Murph. It's time for Iggy to get off a full damage 30-point throw, and that drops Murph down to 10, so 1 score might be all that Phaler needs here. And Phaler breaks out the salute. Murph was wondering if it was worth using that imp salute to transform,
Maybe
and
worth.
otherwise it's pretty hard to stop.
GG's.
GG's indeed.
GG's.
Stood by their side.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night.
Congratulations, your initiation is complete. It is a bit of a recurring theme, I suppose, for first-time RITE Niters to play either against the founder of the RITE Club or the reigning champion of our most recent tournaments, one or both of those things, and so the pattern does
Very nice.
continue here, as I did not say so explicitly, but in case it was not, in case you didn't know, Murph, you are currently playing against the founder of the RITE Club, so
Nice to meet you, founder of the RITE Club.
Good to have a new person. Always nice to see friendly faces.
Here to
Yeah.
learn, here to do some get better. So
I mean, the one thing I know for sure that I've seen countless times over the years, this place teaches you to be better really, really fast.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
figured that out
crazy how
already.
quickly people improve.
Yeah, like whenever people start, they're like more garbo than they ever realize, and then they improve faster than they ever realize. I think that's like the
Yeah.
common thread of like Right Club since 2018.
Very nice. Well, I'm always open to tips if you got them. But are we just running it back? What are we doing?
Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to set
Oh,
up
yeah, I guess
for
we
the
have
next
chat
one.
requests, huh?
Yeah, so chat can request things like specific characters, talismans, masteries, or turn customize off, for example. But it sounded like at least Lilac was saying that there was something brewing. Now, I don't know when exactly Lilac is going to break this devious request out, but be on your guard. I think it's coming soon. But if not right now, then we could potentially jump straight back into another one. Oh, or perhaps I just reminded Lilac. Oops. Let you get one more match in. All right. What's up, Frosking? How's it going? How's everybody doing? I think we're, in that case, we're just hopping in for another one here. Oh, okay. Let's see. We have... Yeah, Pamitha. Okay. So Anor just did an Exile's request for favorite characters lore-wise. And we also have a suggestion for people to use harps, the flying characters. Alright, let us begin then.
The Night Wings shall now.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, although you probably noticed, based on that previous match, you said you were playing with Macaws a little while ago, Murph, but I don't know exactly which, if any, mods Macaws has installed. We obviously do have some mods installed, and that's how we're getting those extra exiles, and the arena you were just in, the Glade of Lu, we have it modded so that the brambles don't spawn in as time goes on. So a few changes here and there like that.
Okay.
Ooh, also, heads up. You may, if you look at your quickness on Tizo right now, you have what we oftentimes refer to as a hangover effect.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in using an imp, I would recommend taking someone else.
Yeah.
Messenger.
Alright, so in that case, Messenger Imp it is, as the lead for Murph. Alright, but remember, the request for the characters that you like most lore-wise and or harp-based characters, like Pamitha here. Oh, and I guess in some ways I was prepping you for this earlier when I asked you who your favorite character was. Though sometimes it differs between, why you like a character. Is it because of the gameplay? Is it because of the lore? Is it because of the character's personality? All those things. Yeah, is Messenger Imp basically an honorary Tizo in this situation?
I guess Messenger Imp wasn't really selected for either of the categories. I will be filling my harp slot later. Sorry, Messenger Imp.
Prayer Beads Jodario, the extra starting Pyre Life in the second spot for Murph. And it's Ulmer in the second spot for Phaler. And I'm sure chat will have opinions on people's selections here. Chat is approving of the Ulmer selection. Everyone has their own opinions. And I was saying earlier how I feel like the Stowaway is the most popular character right now, so we do see the Stowaway make an appearance here. And Phaler gets us started with his harp. No prayer beads, though, on Pamitha, so she's now gone for this round, and in fact, everyone down on Phaler's side at the moment, so that means time for Murph to throw this one in with the Tizo / Messenger Imp. The honorary Tizo. Jody knocks back Ulmer. Lots of quick casts here. Phaler scoops up the orb, except quick interception there from Murph. And Jody potentially winning the orb back in a dangerous place here, but can't quite hold on to it. Phaler, vanishes with the throw. Series of banishments. And Phaler cannot use any of his abilities there with the Typhoon Bottle active, but settles for a plunge. Does mean he's now Ulmerless in this round, but doesn't need Ulmer on this occasion, as this time he plunges back in with Pamitha, but now she's gone in this round. And the Stowaway takes her turn. No prayer, or rather Ulmer, but no prayer beads on him. Now it's the Stowaway, but she has banishing throws, which when combined, those quick casts makes it tough. And she helps set up Pamitha for a 20 damage plunge there. But now it's just the Stowaway. Stowaway down, and that means no one back here for Phaler. Ooh, except quick return there from Ulmer. And now the Stowaway again. Not usually known for being a big defensive character, but those banishing throws are making a big difference. That sets up another Stowaway plunge here. Harp versus Harp. The Harp wins, of course. And Phaler, with that plunge, takes the win.
GG, GG.
GG. Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
All right. Well, let's head on back and let us know, chat, if there's anything else we would like to see for the next one. More drama in chat, arguing over this was all based on opinions related to Ulmer, were they not? Okay, and Lilac says now is the time for whatever this request was. We haven't gotten any specifics at all yet, just that it sounded like it was going to be something fairly elaborate. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. I suppose 2 matches in, both players have had at least a reasonable bit of time to warm up here. Warm up for what, though? That remains to be seen. Thoughts on planes? What? What does that have to do with anything? Now I'm just imagining Lilac at the keyboard, tippity tapping away. Oh yeah, okay. I guess I'm not wrong. Writing a novel for us at the moment, which actually might not be far from the truth. I don't know. There might be a lot of lore behind this one, or maybe it's just very elaborate. Okay, here we are. Titan Stars request. Both players are not allowed to walk. They can sprint or jump or blink or fly, but no walking. It is advised that you choose your exiles, masteries, and talismans to accommodate this. And then Lilac says, I mean, it was a thought. You don't have to abide by it 100%, but it might be kind of funny if you did. So that's a pretty unique challenge if you guys are up for it.
That is bizarre.
I'll try.
Yeah.
On the boat as
Definitely
well.
see myself accidentally walking, but
I mean, I think it's largely the spirit of the
spirit, yeah.
challenge. And then throws in Falcon Ron to go along with it, no less. Have to get a dirty deal in that case. Lilac is not in here for this one, though, which means I suppose we're going to have to just throw a Ron on both sides here. But of course. Alright, and now my mind is racing, trying to think of, okay, how can you possibly set up a team that is built around not walking? Wait, you are allowed to sprint, though, right? They can sprint, or jump, or blink, or fly, but no walking. That might not be quite as restrictive as it first seemed in that case. As long as you have stamina to work with. Oh. Perhaps I've already said too much. Let's get going!
The Night Wings shall take on the fate. Welcome.
Alright.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So we have this unique request from Lilac. No walking allowed, at least to the extent possible. You can sprint, you can jump, you can fly, but minimize / outright remove the walking. So it'll be very interesting to see what direction both players opt to go in here. I feel like there are certainly some workarounds, and having a flying character is definitely one of them. That's what Murph opts to start with here. Looks like Phaler had a similar idea as well. And of course, one could just go all in on a preferred strategy, but I think there are alternatives here. Definitely some room for creativity. I'm sure there are a bunch of things that I'm just not even considering right now, but I can think of at least one approach that I think would be... Oh, no? Thinking of more things, yeah. There are several ways to avoid walking. Oh no, Lilac. Alright, Speedy Tizo is the second choice. Of course, he can also fly, in addition to sprinting. We are on the boat, which is, of course, known for its boat magic potential, particularly with the demons. So maybe that's what Phaler has in mind there with Ignarius. Yeah, there are several things I can think of already that we've not yet seen either player take. So there's a surprising amount of options, I think. But of course, if players have a preferred method, they could double or even triple down on that. Some may very well be more straightforward than others, of course. Oh. This is very interesting as Murph chooses the Typhoon bottle. Now that is devious because that could really mess with Phaler. I did not think of that. I did think of the talisman we just saw Phaler take, the legendary Imp Talisman for permanent infinite stamina, but that was so devious from Murph there. Okay, so let's see. Remember, they're not supposed to walk. Oh, and Phaler goes the Flappy Harp route. Ooh, it's a maybe a little bit of a gray area. But I think it still counts. I think it still counts. Well, the harps you could technically also move with your cast. I didn't think of, but there's Iggy plunging for 30. Sure, there will be, and now also Murph breaking out the Flappy Harp.
There goes the harp.
Lots of ways people can go about doing this. Interesting. But then, challenge becomes, oh my goodness, the challenge becomes, what do you do once you run out of stamina? Do you basically just have to abandon that character? As now Murph goes flying in for 20. Or are there some special techniques, some aces up people's sleeves that I'm not thinking about? Titan Tooth, making it tough as well. What happens if you make it halfway across the arena and then you just run out of stamina like this? Maybe you're in throwing range, but sometimes you might not be. Oh, and wow, Phaler does make it in there. Murph almost flew halfway across the arena with the Imp to make a last-minute save. That would have been incredible. Titan Tooth? Is that a double Titan Tooth? A lot of stunning happening there. Big implosion potential as well. Phaler has that infinite stamina on his Imp. I feel like that's one of the more straightforward ways to go about avoiding the walking. Oh, but Murph runs out of stamina, and that's tough, but gets it back. Not quite quick enough, though, to make it in there. Phaler might just need one score here. But Murph gets the stop. Phaler back at it and gets in for the win. GG.
GG's.
I could
Well played.
accidentally walk in. Every time I would switch characters, I'd be like, I need to walk.
How tough was it to do that?
I was getting used to it.
What were some of the other things people were thinking of? I expected the infinite stamina imp to be one of the first choices for people. But there's also the one of the masteries on the savages, at least when you have the orb, gives you infinite stamina. So I was thinking of that as well. Is there anything else? Oh, imps with super portals that can give you infinite stamina, at least for a little while. The rings, similarly. Luminous Idol at least refills your stamina if you pick up the orb. So lots of ways people could have approached that. So I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, but we do have more requests here from Core, except that it's a player's request. Core is saying the players choose the talismans, the masteries, and the exiles. So keeping it simple this time round. And Ron was certainly with us on that match, without a doubt. The chaos was strong in that one. Is Arena on cooldown, maybe? It might be. Oh, gotcha. I mean, we might get a random nest, you never know. It could happen. I have no idea how long we have remaining on the arena cooldown, so why don't we just hop in here? Requesting nest? I mean, if it's the will of the scribes. We'll just have to see. It is not. This is the Fall of Solium.
Shall confront the fate Welcome.
Alright, so player's choice
Who shall conduct
for exiles, masteries, and talismans. Bit of a break after that pretty crazy request we had last time. But the players made it work.
Tay?
And this time it's a prayer bead stowaway in the lead spot for Murph.
It's a deluge.
Baylor goes Deluge. Murph also goes Deluge. Quick throwing and saluting Bertrude for Phaler. No core.
Oh, watch The Hangover once again.
Oh yeah, Hangover again.
This is one of the things that's like on my list of things to patch and has been for a while.
And it happened. The reason why it happens is it's every time you take one of those talismans that boosts one of your stats in a match.
Yeah.
The next
Yeah,
match
exactly.
they have the negative.
And then in the next one, like it takes the it resets your stats before it like de-equips the talisman. So like it puts you back to normal and then it gives you the negative of whatever you took. So in this case, it's -8 quickness from a regular imp.
Oh, Core is saying that he's made a mod for this to fix that that bug.
That's good. You should give that to Lids. That would be nice to have.
Messenger imp.
Well, again, it's Messenger Imp or Honorary Tizo in the last spot for Murph. And then Speedy Volfred, we haven't seen in quite some time, but that's Phaler's last choice. And here we go. Ooh, a very quick start there for Murph. Teleporting to the orb and then hopping in with the stowaway. And with prayer beads, she's already back. The worms take each other out. But the stowaway somehow didn't get the orb there? Which was a little odd, but eventually she does get it, and she does jump in for 20 damage. Ooh, a little fake out maneuver from Phaler. Throws this one in for 15.
Tay banished.
Phaler with Deluge. Against Deluge. Worm versus worm, and the worm wins, though in this case it's specifically Murph's worm. Stowaway against Bertrude. Bertrude tries to snake her way around, but Murph wasn't falling for it. Here is the stowaway now, but she's out of stamina. Down she goes. Phaler's Deluge wins out that time. Looking for an opening. And it goes around, or rather over the stowaway. Throws that one for 14.
The orb is
And this seems like a very close orb race at the beginning between the stowaway teleporting and Phaler just racing straight ahead with Deluge. Bertrude, surprisingly elusive.
The orb flies lies true.
Enough so to set up a 30 damage throw.
The fate have gained an edge for now.
That looked like they tied to the orb, and that sent the stowaway flying. Phaler ends up with the orb. This throw, that looks like it could be off the mark. It is. But he has it back here.
Good.
Murph with the stop. Now with the stowaway. Trying to hop around, but Bullfriend is there to clean things up. Now it's Phaler with Deluge again, but Deluge down. Stowaway's turn, and she plunges for 20 damage.
The Nightwing's pyre burns.
Now it's Messenger Imp in the lead spot, racing for the orb, but he goes down. Stowaway takes out Deluge. Back to the Stowaway. She goes down, but now it's Deluge. For Murph,
An interesting
but cut off there. Deluge for Phaler.
A mere
Can't
attempt.
make it through. Stowaway. Messenger Imp on the other side. Maybe just clearing out space for the Stowaway, but she's blocked and gets sent flying. Gertrude. Quick throw. On the mark. 30 damage. That means 1 score, maybe all that Phaler needs here. And Murph just 2 scores away or so, except here's the Crone salute. Murph defenseless, and so Phaler seals the deal with that throw.
Fate prevails.
I had the skill, but I forgot which one was my own.
It's
Oh,
time.
man. Dang.
GG.
Let's end this night's proceedings.
All right, I'll stay in for one more here, and I'll give it over to someone else from the audience.
All right.
Until the next rite.
Let us know, chat, if there is anything we would like to see for this last matchup between Murph and Phaler. And then I think Lilac was the first one to express interest from chat, so technically speaking, I think Lilac would be first in the queue to get back in if, Lilac, you are still interested and available. And it looks like that is the case. Alright, now Core will request the nest, and Lilac will turn Customize off, which means randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans won't even get to see what those things are advanced, just gonna get thrown straight into the action. So that covers just about everything, unless we want a song. But otherwise, we are seemingly good to go here. Ooh, yes. Or however one pronounces that. Phaler's choice for the song. Phaler, what would you like for us to play?
Let's go with Rage of Demons.
Okay.
Feeling like that today.
Let's do it.
The Nightwings versus the Fade.
Alright, and for Murph, there is a demon, along with a sap, and that looks like a savage. Then for Phaler, it's a savage. In fact, it's double Gareth, to what to be able to pleasure. Then it's an imp and a cur for Phaler in the other spots. Of course, other details to be determined. Oh, extra damage for Ignarius of some variety. Saw that throw went up past 30. But meanwhile, it is Phaler throwing in, I believe that was with Gareth, who does have the salute, whereas Murph's Gareth does not. But in the lava he lands. Phaler's Gareth. Infernal Bloom.
'Tis taken.
I think that was on Phaler's Gareth. Learning a little bit more about people's setups here. Iggy. We know he has extra damage of some variety. Confirmation, yes. Gareth on Phaler's side has Infernal Bloom and throws that one in for 9.
Now to the flame.
Down he goes, though. And Iggy potentially going on a 1-demon army run here. Practically banished everyone along the way, except Messenger Imp is ultimately able to get rid of him, but isn't able to get the throw off in time. Does set up a dangerous portal, though. But Gareth doesn't need it.
Cunning
He's too stylish for that. He'll throw it in for 14 directly. Tries to line up that throw, but it's intercepted by none other than the opposing Gareth, of course. Back with Gareth.
No law against throwing
This
in
one's in for the full 20.
Now go.
Oh, and we saw the team shield there. From Palmas. Iggy, oh, taken out.
The orb is
Gareth into the lava. Phaler's attack at least temporarily thwarted. Here's Barker. Webbed Lanthorn. Is that on Palmas? Oh, Infernal Bloom paying off there for Phaler. But the orb not cooperating, and it slows Phaler down enough that Murph had time to get some reinforcements.
now then.
Do we know what Murph's
The orb
Gareth has? I don't think we do. But there's Phaler's Gareth. Thrown it in for 16, and that means one throw might be all he needs, except Murph does have a sap, may have rekindling. We're about to find out. It's 10, so a second life bar for Murph. Still holding on here. Oh, big implosion. That coming from Messenger Imp. Gareth returns. And that throw is not enough, so Murph holds on with one Pyre life. So you're saying there's a chance. Never say never. But here comes Gareth. Back with a vengeance, except he gets banished. Palmas returns. Can he stop Barker? No. Barker makes it in for the winning plunge. GG.
GG. GG.
Informed their adversaries.
Well played.
The rite is ended.
All right, well played, you two. Let's head on back, and Sailor was saying he's looking to swap out now, and Lilac seemed like they're interested in getting in here. So if that still works, then we can get you in for sure. And just want to check, Murph, how are you doing? Do you want to stick around, stay in? Do you want to swap out as
I
well?
mean, I'm fine to stay if nobody's like chomping at the bit to get in.
All right.
But
So we could do some Lilac against Murph, if that works for you, Lilac. Yep. Okay. Let me get you a invite. Reset ourselves as well. In the meantime, chat, let us know if there's anything we'd like to see between Murph and Lilac. Of course, this would be Lilac's first match of the night, and so up to you whether we give Lilac time to warm up or if we start going straight into the madness. Lilac was pretty merciful. Lilac gave us a couple of matches before we saw that that devious request. Lilac, let me know if I need to resend that invite.
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
It is going. I'm ready to play basketball.
All right. Fantasy basketball. That may or may not be more hockey-like in truth.
How would you describe it as hockey-like exactly?
The part that makes me feel like it resembles hockey is the whole banishment component, because that's either...
There's banishment in hockey?
If you
Yes,
look at it from a
kinda.
penalty standpoint, absolutely. But then also just the whole part of hitting someone in hockey, the whole idea is basically, even if no one is getting a penalty, you're basically like taking them out of the play for a little bit of time. So it's almost like a short, quote unquote, banishment in a way. Sure, you aren't slam dunking in hockey. That part is definitely different.
Yeah.
But I feel like the manner in which you score is not it doesn't change that much. Whereas, you know, the whole banishing someone from this plane of existence, that's definitely not something that happens in basketball. So
Not yet.
Not yet. Uh-oh.
Not yet.
Just you wait. LeBron James has been scheming up something real big.
No.
Y'all better watch out.
I'm terrified. Well, all right. Let us know,
We're doing
chat,
it
if there
for
is anything we'd
LeBron
like to see
James.
between these two. Pyre's like dodgeball plus lacrosse.
Wait, was LeBron James in the latest Space Jam movie?
I think he was.
Well, there you have it. Because haven't there been like countless memes and jokes about how Space Jam is just Pyre?
No, that is kind of thing. Although there was an older original Space Jam that I think is much more well received, and that is probably the one that is usually what people are referring
Yes.
to. And I think that the
Yes.
more recent one is, well, I haven't seen it, so I won't pass judgment. But I think that you know, the general opinion of it is not
I heard that there was
particularly
like
high.
some controversy regarding one of the character designs, but other than that, I haven't heard really anything about it, so I'm assuming it's just mid.
That might be generous. I don't know.
Wait, what have you heard?
I just think it. Well, I don't think it was particularly good, but I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything definitively.
How can you say that it wasn't good, but then also
Because I'm a
say
basketball
that you haven't
fan,
seen it?
so like I hear about these things in passing, just in
Okay,
the.
so it's not really your opinion based on your own experiences.
No,
You're
no,
just
no.
copying what other people have said.
Right, which is why I'm giving these caveats.
I see. I think that you should watch the movie first before forming an opinion.
I'm trying not to pass any definitive judgment, but anyways. As for the whatever sport you want to call it in front of us right now, is there anything we would like to see for this first matchup between Lilac and Murph? Or are we going to let them both just go with whatever they'd like? Murph, are you... I know we've had at least one match on the boat already today, but are you familiar with boat magic and how to embrace it?
I'd probably not. I mean, I kind of have seen the magic, I suppose, but I don't really know how to invoke it myself.
Okay, that Lilac, we might need to circle back to that. I'm sure you will be more than willing to partake of more matches on the boat, especially ones that embrace the boat magic. But we might need to teach Murph in the arts of boat magic at some point today.
Wait, what do you think my request was?
Oh no. Not
What?
this. Not this again. It's soap.
Uh-oh.
No! Where
Okay,
do you
wait.
get-
Let's start the
where
match.
do you get-
Let's start the
where do
match,
you
and I'm
get
gonna
pieces of soap
Murph.
that big
Murph,
in the downside?
When we enter the arena, I'm going to have a question
Lids.
for you about
Lids,
what you are
listen to me.
observing.
Lids, listen to me. If it was soap, can you imagine how many
It's
people
not
there are on the
ugh.
downside?
Wait, what,
Listen.
did I say it was? They're hockey pucks. Well, Murph, what are these objects in the middle of the arena that you are seeing right now? What would, if you were to describe them, what would you say they are?
Perhaps crystals? Maybe, I don't know, I guess they're ice-like. But
Okay.
it doesn't really seem that cold here, so I'm not
Okay,
sure.
then I'm right because
They do
in
have
the Book of
candles
Rite-
on them, though.
in the Book of Rites, Shaq's 6 shoulders blood was described as glacial. So
So they're also hockey pucks.
no.
That just happen to be made out of
blood.
coagulated blood.
If that's what
We can both be right. Hey,
Okay,
compromise.
fine. I was going to say it cannot be soap because
Oh no, yeah, no. If I said soap earlier, I misspoke. They're hockey pucks. They're hockey pucks to me.
listen to me. If it was soap, can you imagine all the dirty, unbathed exiles?
I mean,
that
you would
be
just have
trying
to make a
use-
point of coming to this arena regularly,
Yeah,
because this is the
exactly,
only
and
place
they
you
would-
could clean your raiments.
Exactly, and so all the soap hockey pucks would be gone within like a week from being used. Checkmate.
No, I am not in the soap camp. I'm in the hockey
Okay,
puck camp.
good. Because the soap camp is the incorrect camp. Anyways.
Anyways, there are
who's
no
who
requests
here?
affecting your team composition here, so you are welcome to take whatever you would like.
Who is who here?
Oh, I forgot to, hold on. I forgot. My bad. Lilac, I assume you're on, keyboard mouse? Oh.
Yes.
Ruh-roh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm sure.
Are you absolutely sure about this? The game seems to disagree with you.
Yes. I'm very sure.
Alright, 1 second. Let me see. Oh, well, this would help.
Oh.
Does that change anything? No.
Ah, that might help. That might help.
We might need to restart Pyre real quick.
But of course.
Yeah. I think
My
we
favorite part of RITE NITE.
might. Yep. Steam Remote Play. Ever cooperative. One moment. One moment. This may or may not circle back to the whole Lids had his controller plugged in at the very beginning today thing.
Oh.
Who knows? Who could possibly begin to understand the myriad of complexities that come with Steam Remote Play?
It's anyone's guess, honestly.
Alright, let me re-invite you both. Let's see. Murph. Huh. Now we're getting all these comparisons that I've never seen before. Gameplay-wise, Pyre is nothing like Cricket, but in terms of how the competition is structured, it is eerily similar to Cricket's World Test Championship.
Frost King, please elaborate on this. Please, I'm curious.
I'm not especially versed in the world of Cricket.
All I know is it's like, isn't it British?
Originally, it might be.
Mm-hmm. It's like British baseball.
So do the cricket teams like go around in a bus, like collecting their players as they go in the tournament?
Do they
Wait, what?
jump into
That's how cricket
gigantic
goes.
flames
Like,
and,
that's the
and
comparison.
disappear for all of eternity afterward?
Like, you just start out with 3 guys and you gotta find the rest.
Yes, that's totally how cricket works.
I need a modded version of Pyre now that just tries to make it feel as much like normal Cricket as possible, but then also, yes, you just recruit more people along the way.
Theoretically, couldn't like you know how Minecraft has like resource and texture packs and stuff? What if you made like a Pyre texture pack where all the textures are edited so you're just going around playing regular Cricket? Someone could do it.
I imagine you'd have to change some mechanical things in order to make it play like Cricket, but you could probably make it look like Cricket. I mean, the Isle of Kalamer looks like a sporting arena of some variety.
It does, and it makes you wonder, like, where exactly, how do you know what that kind of arena looks like in this day and age?
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting lore implications.
Indeed. Alright, well, let us jump back in. Let me also make sure, okay, yeah, Lilac has controls, theoretically. Oh, also, this means, Lilac, you are here. Lilac, which team would you like to be today?
Fate.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Fate is the best team aside from the Nightwings.
Oh,
We got a lot of Fate players in here, it seems.
we do. I think Fate is definitely the most popular
good
team
color.
right now. Alright, well, I think we're ready to go.
This also would absolutely not have anything to do with purple being my favorite color.
I mean, that's an important factor. That is an important factor.
And it also doesn't have anything to do with the fact that the Triumvirate is comprised of some of the best characters in the game.
Yeah, like Ulmer. I mean, Dalbert.
Who shall conduct?
You
the
said
rites?
Ulmer! You said Ulmer! Your words are now immortalized in live stream history. You said it! You said it! You said it!
9 teams, countries, Top 2 qualify to a 1-game final. Not all teams play each other over the 2-year It's a 2-year cycle?
What?
And not all teams play the same amount of games. The point system is overcomplicated and not usually seen as an understandable system at a basic level. It's easy to understand with research, though. Oh.
Just like Pyre.
Seems like it's one of those things where, you know, we just don't question it. And sometimes that's alright.
Just like Pyre. Cause like didn't people like not care much for Pyre because of its unconventional gameplay?
I think that's fair to say that that's probably one of the main reasons why it is the least popular of Supergiant games.
I remember one time I like deliberately decided to inflict pain upon myself by reading through all the negative Steam reviews for Pyre.
Oh.
And yeah, some of them were complaining over really stupid things.
Alright, well we have double Almer and Tizo. Well, Almer on either side. Tizo on Murph's side, along with the final selection. Which will be a Webbed Lanthorn Jodariel. Then a Rite Wisp on Oralek in the last spot for Lilac. And here we go for our first matchup ever between Murph and Lilac. You always like to see people playing together for the first time. You never know what kind of matchup these two might be walking into, and it's Murph getting us started with a 15 damage throw. Stowaway has the infinite stamina. That is one of the sources I was referring to before. In fact, both of Lilac's exiles of the Savage variety have the infinite stamina, but here is an opportunity for Murph to throw this one in uncontested for the full 30 damage from Jodariel. And once again, uncontested. This time it's 20 damage from Almer. Iggy, or rather, Oralek, lunging for 25. But no prayer beads on him, so he's now gone in this round. Stowaway throws it back, teleports back ninja style, throws it forward, teleports forward ninja style, but then goes down. Palmer. Bo has the banishing throws, gets rid of Jody that way, and then also snipes Tizo. Third time was not the charm there, as the opposing Almer got it and threw it in for a quick 5. Oralek. Over one demon, but down, and with Bright Wisp does automatically pass it, but now Lilac defenseless once more. This is always a risk when you run Oralek, but with his long respawn time, Murph's been able to benefit from this on several occasions, getting some good throws in. Palmer, down he goes. Down everyone goes. And history repeating itself here. Jody has to plunge on this occasion, as Lilac was soon going to get an exile back. Palmer nearly snuck past, but Oralek was there to sweep up the danger. Now it's just Oralek. He's out of stamina. Down he goes. Oh, except the Stowaway wins the orb back right next to Murph's Pyre. So able to plunge quickly for 20 there, but no prayer beads on her, so she's gone in this round. Palmer takes one victim with the banishing throws, looking for a second, but instead he goes down. Oralek goes down himself. Ulmer returns, but not quickly enough to stop Jody from plunging in for the win.
GG.
GG's.
Was as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right. Well, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we would like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll just reset ourselves here. Anything in particular we are looking for, or do we want to leave this one up to the players to go with whatever they'd like? Up to you. Oh, I suppose we had it the other way around before. So now Frost King says, you have to choose the exiles that are your least favorite lore-wise. Lore-wise. Not necessarily gameplay related, but lore-wise, your least favorite. Anything else on top of that, or will that be all? Looks like that could be it. So why don't we hop in? Give the players some time to ponder this one. There's probably, as is often the case, one or two fairly quick and easy choices, but the third one, by that point, might get kind of hard.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
And Honor says she has a challenge for the next one.
I am intrigued.
Trying to think about what my next two are going to be
You're right.
before I put him in slot 1.
The other question, which may or may not complicate things, is Frost King, should the players try to do this in order? Like the first choice is the absolute
no.
least favorite?
Oh no.
Then we're putting a little more stakes on this, I feel like.
Well, I guess we're doing him in order. No, kidding.
If AJ was a playable character, he would be in my first slot.
Oh.
Mm,
I've actually like contemplated how AJ would operate if he was a playable character.
Oh.
Like
I feel like there's a chance Arumi modded him in at one point, because he's tried modding in new characters. I don't remember exactly which ones he has and has not done before.
I kind of like I'm assuming that he is a nomad.
Ulmer in the first spot. How interesting.
Wait a minute. Excuse me.
How interesting.
Excuse me, sir. What is this about?
It seems our players might have differing
I will
opinions.
not elaborate.
I'd love it if you did elaborate, actually.
How the tables have turned. Whoa! Whoa! This feels like retaliation.
Not Gareth.
No,
Anything but Gareth.
Don't worry.
Gareth did
Don't
nothing
worry.
wrong.
Don't worry.
Oh no, dude, Lendl's chill.
Excuse me. What? What? Excuse me. Are you just being a contrarian now?
I'm not trying to be. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a contrarian in my soul.
Ulmer is your least favorite, and then you say that
Were
Lendl
we
is...
supposed to pick him in top 3 order? I don't think he's my least favorite. But I was thinking, I'm like, he's probably top 3.
That's not much better. Do you mind explaining your reasoning as to why?
I don't know. I remember him being rude.
You know, that's a valid point.
That's a valid point, but top 3.
Oh, you're right. You're right. See, it's a valid point. There we
I
go.
kind of like some of these people.
I will not accept Almer slander. Question was least favorite character is the only request.
Lore-wise, yes.
Okay, lore-wise. So no talisman requests.
No, talisman's all up to you.
Okay, cool. How
That
did...
Only
did
affects his walking speed, not his sprinting speed, as a reminder.
Ah, got it.
Popcorn.
Hey!
No, I'm not that evil.
That's more like it. Listen. Even though Almer is one of my favorites, I can understand if people don't like him. But Dalbert, I will not
That
accept
would be kind of
Dalbert
criminal.
slander. I will not accept Dalbert slander under any circumstances. Perhaps that is the Almer Kinney in me speaking. I don't know if you're familiar with that term, Lids, but perhaps if you're not, that's for the better.
Oh, I was just distracted by Murph nearly taking an absolutely cursed setup, which normally would have made me mad, except that, what with it being Murph's first go, I would have excused it.
What did he almost pick?
He almost picked Speedy Manly, except the thing is, Murph doesn't know this, but that was... Well, our first ever RITE NITE Civil War was Speedy Volfred against quarterback Manly. So to then reverse their roles is sacrilege. However,
it's in the lore.
given how this request is least favorite characters lore-wise, this would have been one of the few times when one could argue that actually would have been an acceptable choice. So, Murph didn't know any of this, I'm sure, but it was a very narrow line that he was walking.
Choose someone.
Frost King, does it have to be characters that we actively dislike, or that we, like, just...
I mean, least favorite
I don't-
characters lore-wise, I feel like that has to be pretty strong feeling in that case.
Okay. I can't believe I almost forgot this guy.
You can't.
I can't believe I almost forgot Sir Deluge. God.
I would die for Sir Deluge.
I did see pretty
Hey
consistent
now.
deluge
Hey
picks
now.
from Murph
Hey
earlier,
now.
I was noticing.
Let's not test our luck here, Murph. Let's not
No, I
test our
picked
luck
one
here,
boy.
Mr. Murph.
But I thought Lendl was chill.
Yeah, I looked at the other characters, I'm like, well, I ran out of bad ones.
Wait, do you actually unironically consider Lendl to be chill?
I mean, he's not that bad.
Didn't he get exiled because he framed someone that for a crime and
No,
got
they
them
totally
exiled?
did that. No.
Huh?
They totally did that crime. You can't prove that?
Once he took in a civilian on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts. The civilian was exiled when the artifacts were found in his home. But on further investigation, suspicions turned to Lendl. It turned out he had planted the damning evidence, and so his was exiled in turn.
I don't know. That's bias. That's not real.
It's his biography.
Who wrote that though? It wasn't him.
Why would he have a bias against himself?
Whoa! Where is this coming
Dude.
from?
Do you not remember the chewing dragon lore?
Oh, this is true.
Well-
We have so many alternate timelines. RITE NITE lore, Chewing
Lids,
Dragon
can you-
fanfic
Lids,
lore, actual
Lids.
Pyre lore.
Lids, I have a special request.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I want to make a last-minute special request.
Oh no.
I'm investing Lid coin in it.
I don't even know where to begin on that front, to be honest with you.
I'm not even saying like you have to explain every single thing that happened. Just like, what is the chewing dragon lore?
Okay. I suppose I can attempt to summarize at a high level. Let me just acknowledge that, okay, the Rite has now started with teams based on all the exiles that the players dislike most lore-wise. As for what the chewing dragon lore is, on a separate topic,
Yes.
basically, chewing
Yes.
dragon is the name of another player, another person, who has popped in and out of chat and is hanging out in the Rite Club every now and again. And he basically, for a few weeks, just went on this spree of creating all of these scenarios and basically writing more or less a novel about
Yes.
all of the characters in this alternate timeline. In fact, multiple alternate timelines with various stakes based on what happened in the rites. Like, he would request that people use specific exiles, and depending on who won and who lost, different things would happen in the narrative. And these went on for like the entire stream for several weeks. So the lore got quite extensive.
There had to be an intervention.
We may have eventually had to stage an intervention to say, all right, guys, we need to slow down a little bit on the lore here, because it's getting a little hard to just play the matches. So that's at least, at a high level, what the quote-unquote chewing dragon lore is.
Yes. And my dislike for Gareth may or may not. Currently it stems from that, though originally I started to have a distaste for Gareth due to how
Unjustly,
Liz would
I
pit-
might add.
Liz would pit Almer and Gareth against one another. So naturally I had to defend Almer.
Well, I mean, not to put stakes on this match after you've already selected your teams, but I did
Hey,
happen to
no.
notice that you both have
No.
selected one of those characters as among your least
Don't
favorite
do
in the
this to me,
game,
Liz.
and so perhaps something could be taken away from whoever emerges victorious from this match, and maybe that person's opinions would be validated.
So what you're saying, if I win, then Sir Deluge just chill?
Perhaps. Meanwhile, there's Lilac protesting. Lilac just hides in the corner. Murph's like, no, I insist, you take the ore. Well, with that, Murph does take the win.
No, Almer won.
As for what the implications of that win is, well, that is perhaps up to you all to decide.
Almer won, which means Almer is the best.
Well, except for the whole part where this was teams based on your least favorite character. So if anything, we are confirming that Almer is...
Please chill, read the dialogue.
Until the next rite.
All right.
Whatever you
Well,
say.
we do have a request for this next one from Anor. This one may be a little more straightforward. All players choose all harps. Every harp, skills-wise, must have the salute. Oh,
Oh god.
interesting. Okay.
Oh.
I feel like
Why?
I'm not sure if I've
Oh.
seen many harps yet today from Murph, and I'm just thinking back to how often I see Lilac play harps, and I'm realizing it's not that often. And then talisman-wise, one harp must have Vengeful Vow, one harp must have a Bright Wisp. Okay, so it's all themed around this 100% harp setup. Okay.
Intriguing.
Intriguing indeed. The challenge is called Shell Game. That's definitely a reference to a game that exists already, except I'm not
Wait,
familiar
what
with
is
this
Shell?
game.
What is Shell Game?
I don't know what Shell Game is either.
Game with the
Ah.
3 shells with like the ball under it. That shell game.
Maybe?
That Shell Game.
I guess with the swapping harps, that makes sense. I get it.
Before you score, you must switch your harp through the salute at least once.
Mm.
Oh.
So yeah, the harp salute, for those who are unfamiliar, basically
Okay.
switches place with whichever harp you have active. It swaps location with the closest teammate. And if all of your characters are harps and all of your harps have that ability, you could just go crazy and non-stop swap back and forth between characters.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets the orb if you swap? Does the person swapping in keep the orb? Or
The
does
person who
just
swaps
sit
in
back,
keeps the orb,
have
yeah.
the orb? Okay.
Usually, that would mean you'd have a harp.
Pass to
In
someone who
theory,
wants
the
the orb
concept
and
is
score?
usually you use the harp mobility to get a character into a good position, and then you swap into a less mobile character, like, say, a demon. And so there'd be a
Yeah.
noticeable difference when the demon gets in there with the orb. But since every character is a harp, you're kind of just switching for the sake of switching on this occasion. Alright, well, the song is Skydance. That makes sense. Lilac,
It starts with a B.
I mean, that's really the only thing that is still accurate. I think you are referring to the boat, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
but you're making that, that's quite the stretch. Quite the stretch. I'm the master speller. You know, if you say so. Alright, let's jump in and we can take a closer look at to what exactly the setup is on all these harps.
The Night Wings shall now face the fate. Welcome.
Okay, so 100% harps. Every character is going to be a harp. Every harp needs to have the harp salute, and then there were a couple of talismans. So the harp salute is all the way down on the left side. Oh no, not all the way down. It's on the left side, but
What were the required talismans? One
let
was,
me quickly double
Vengeful
check.
Vow.
It was Vengeful Vow and Bright Wisp. Sorry, just me tapping
What
back.
is Bright Wisp?
Bright Wisp is that one.
This.
Alright, and Core is expressing interest in getting in soon. Alright.
Sure. I'm gonna drop out pretty soon, so that
Okay,
works out.
Alrighty.
that works.
Tamatha.
Oh, let me make sure I'm actually tapped in.
Oh.
I was like, are you good, Lilac?
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm not tapped in, and that's why you can't do anything. I don't know. Alright, so you need to go down on the left side for the salute. There.
Is here.
So you need to at least get that on all of your harps, and every character needs to be a harp. So that means it's impossible to go all the way down on the right side, but it is possible to at least go down to a second point on the right side if players are interested in splitting. But we saw, I believe, Murph went all left side on the first harp. Looks like Lilac may do the same, and then there were two required talismans, the Bright Wisp being one of them. That's the auto passing once the exile goes down. and the other was the Vengeful Vow, the explosion. Does mean
Well, you're
that
in
one
luck, 'cause that's what
talisman
I
is
was
up
gonna
for the
pick
players.
anyways. Mm-hmm.
So there is the Talisman of Choice. It's prayer beads for Murph. So each player has one of those. That may be, probably will be, the biggest difference between the teams, to be honest. If they choose to go in different directions. It's the place where they have the most freedom to go with what they'd like. Lilac with a slight deviation mastery-wise.
Exile.
And does take the Bright Wisp, so we have yet to see Lilac's Talisman of Choice. Murph still needs that Bright Wisp. Murph also taking a little bit on the right side as well, so now what does Lilac choose for that one free Talisman? Perhaps the biggest question we have left. Oh, okay. A little bit of rekindling with the right light.
Commence.
So here we go with our shell game. And the other thing was, if possible, players trying to use the salute. I forgot to mention it. Try to use the salute at least once before they score. No worries.
Well, I feel like I'm owed a score here.
It's fine. There's lots of opportunity to swap from one harp to the other. I suppose it does, of course, allow players to swap which talisman they have on their harp in control. To the extent that they can remember which harp has which talisman, which is not always going to be easy to do, but there's the explosion, taking out one harp apiece. Oh, and that's a Wind Fury harp, so I like getting a little bit of a speed boost on Zoxiana, at least temporarily.
A mere attempt.
Pamitha against Pamitha. There's the switch. Lilac makes it in
Skin the purified.
for 20 damage. But remember, Murph took prayer beads on one of those harps. Lilac did not. So Murph, if choosing the correct exile, and I don't remember if this is it, will still be at full strength after
If
plunging.
Murph doesn't salute even
Ooh.
once during the whole match, does that mean
Did
that
I?
There was a salute there, and that
Ah.
was in fact the harp that had prayer beads. So there you go. That is a valid way.
Oh, I
to
thought
take
it was like
advantage
right
of the
before you score.
No, at
you
least
have to
once
stop.
before scoring.
I thought it was like you have to stop in front of the pyre and
I
score.
think any time when you have possession, you could do it next to your own pyre if you wanted to. If you're the only exile out there, though, you can't really do it, which is a situation Murph finds himself in right now. It's a little unfortunate. Yeah,
I don't
is
know
this
which one I swapped to.
Yeah, once again, is this the prayer beads one? It might be. It is. So yeah, that is a legitimate benefit of doing the swap in that case. But Murph this time stopped.
There.
Lilac does the switch. Trying to escape with Zoxiana, but goes down with a Bright Wisp, though. Automatically passes it back to another teammate. Oh, a little bit of boat magic of the harp variety. Don't see that too often. Everyone down for Lilac. A little bit of time for Murph here. Is it time enough for a throw? It is. Though has to cut it slightly short, and that is significant because that means Murph does not have enough damage to finish this with one score. Would need to be at least two. since those harps cap out at 20, and there's Lilac with a 20 damage plunge, and that means Lilac is also 2 scores away.
Now then,
The Lilac is down 1 XL after plunging without prayer beads, and Murph has it back here. Now Lilac does. Now Lilac is defenseless, but gets someone back just in time.
none left on
Big explosion, though. Murph, the first to recover. Does the switch. Oh, and elusive with that maneuver, but here is the situation. Lilac holding on with 1 Pyre life, and that might be all that Lilac needs. 1 score, obviously all Murph needs, but at this point, Lilac is only 2 away. So it's still anyone's game. Murph does the switch. Makes the move. Oh, but Lilac gets the stop. There's the pass for Lilac with the Bright Wisp. Lilac banished, though. Murph switches. Banished. Not quick enough. The switch does, of course, take a little bit of time. Sometimes that is time the players cannot afford to use. Now Lilac bouncing all over the place, but banished just before making it in. Oh, huge explosion there, but Murph only has 1 harp.
I can't do it.
Murph can't do it. Oh, unfortunate timing. Lilac with the 20 damage plunge, and now it is a 1-score game.
Oh god. Oh god.
Who will get the next score? The decisive score to take the win. Murph gets the stop, Lilac defenseless, but Hamatha returns. Murph does the switch and nearly makes it through, but Lilac recovers. Lilac banished, Murph does the switch. Is he quick enough? No, he's not! Lilac somehow still holding on. The banishment. Both players with 1 harp, neither can score. Lilac recovers. Lilac makes it in.
GG.
GG.
although their adversaries
Well
put up
played.
quite an effort.
All right.
End this night's
Well
proceedings.
done, you two. And a little bit of a twist. The 1 HP clutch.
Until
I'm
the
shaking.
was alive.
All
I
right.
did cheese 20 HP at the very start, so
Okay. Well, let's see. I know Core was saying he was interested in getting in, so what if we do... Does it work if we do 1 more between you two, and then we'll get Core in after that?
sure, that's
Alright.
fine with me.
All right. Well, if there is anything we would still like to see between Murph and Lilac, let us know. This will be their last matchup of the day. Core, did Core make a request? He's saying players choose. But did he make a request for that? There, okay. Core says this one is up to the players. All up to the
Okey-dokey.
players. All right. I suppose that means we're good to go.
The Night Wings shall confront the
Here is
fate.
the Nest of Triesta.
Welcome.
All up to the
Who
players
shall
here.
Conduct the rites.
Any team they would like. Catch you later. In love with the streamer. Speedy Jody is the first choice for Murph. Extra Pyre Life on Oralek in the first spot for Lilac. this is double demon at the moment for Murph. And Bright Wisp on Pamitha. I mean, interesting, given how we did just have a match in which Bright Wisp on Harp was required. Now, Lilac doing it voluntarily. Titan Tooth Tizo. That's the last choice for Murph. So double demon plus 1 imp. Legendary Talisman on Tizo for Lilac for infinite stamina. Alright, so here we go with our last matchup between Lilac and Murph, and Lilac just a little overwhelmed by the situation, immediately jumps into the lava.
Well, now that was exciting.
I mean, for what it's worth, the lava does guarantee, it does banish characters, but it guarantees that they come back after 2 seconds, which for most characters is faster than their usual respawn time, in some cases significantly faster. Certainly in the case of Orlek. Pamitha. To Tizo. Has that infinite stamina, but then he gets knocked into the lava. Well, that actually makes him come back more quickly, as I was just saying. So that's actually preferable in a way for Lilac. Orlek. Jumps far. And he plunges a little bit off the mark, but we'll give it to him. But no prayer bead, so he's gone in this round. Here's Jodariel, but she's stopped before she can make it in for Murph. And it's just Tizo right now for Lilac. But with that stamina, he is quick. He is elusive, but not enough so to make it through there. Dangerous portal for Murph there, right next to Lilac's Pyre. In fact, so is Lilac's. But now Lilac's portal reset. Murph might not need the portal, because Murph is in range for a 30 damage demon throw. We saw extra starting Pyre life from both players, so still both players at 100 or more, even after a few scores. Lilac momentarily defenseless, but now Tizo returns. Iggy. Is he close enough or far enough to the oh, well, speaking of being a little off the mark, I mean, with the finger guns, you just have to give it to him. In fact, it was maybe even better framing on the finger guns, so even better. But now quickly answered with a 25 damage plunge from Orlek. And Lilac defenseless. That means time for a full 30 damage throw from Jodariel.
Vids, I must ask, what is your opinion on Ignarius?
He has the best plunging animation in the game.
This is true. This is true.
Your exile shall return ere long.
Oh, and a quick save there from Tizo, but now Tizo is gone. Pamitha returns. She intercepts. Lilac now on the counterattack. And successfully plunges there for 20. Jody, a little bit of time here, throws that one in for the full 30, and now Lilac down to 10. That means one score may be all that Murph needs here. Certainly enough damage with the demons. But down goes Jody. Here comes Orlek, but he's banished, and now Lilac is defenseless, except as soon as I say that, Tizo and Pamitha both return.
That's it.
Somewhat of a dangerous portal there, if Murph is to regain possession. But Lilac still has it with Tizo and can hover around however long you'd like with that infinite stamina. Down goes
Not
Iggy.
much to be done whilst all
Here's
are-
Tizo. Oh, but he's stopped at the last second. The portal practically on top of Lilac's Pyre, but Lilac has it. Portalek knocks back the defender. Knocks back the defender again through the portal, no less. For good measure. Plunges for 25. Does mean Lilac is now down a character, and Murph still only needs 1 score. Portals reset, but Murph may not need them. With that throw, does
GG.
just enough to finish the
GG.
job. GG.
GG, GG.
Well played.
That was amazing. With Tizo getting pushed through the portal.
That was pretty
It was
hilarious.
very funny.
Oh, well played, you two. All right, well,
Until the
They're good
stars
games. Thanks for having me, guys.
GG's Murph, thanks for stopping by. Good to have you.
Hope to be around more.
Awesome. All right, well, let me free you from Steam Remote Play.
Sure.
Let's see if I could find what? Come on, come on. Steam. Please let me free Murph from Steam Remote Play.
No, you must
You're
be
trapped here for all eternity. Remote play. Why are you not showing me Murph's name? Please show me. There you are. Okay, hold on. There.
There's
Now
power
you're
of
free.
Falcon
Don't
Man.
worry. Now you're free.
Yippee!
All right. GG's. Okay, and I think it was Core who we were saying was looking to jump in.
Yes, Core.
Yee. Let me
Yee.
get an invite here for you. All right. And Core, which team would you like to be today?
Accusers.
Accusers, okay. I mean, you know, Lendl's a chill guy.
Don't encourage him, Lids.
What? Lids is the one that said it. I thought you were telling me to not to encourage
Murph,
it.
real. All right. Is there anything we would like to see between these two to get it started, or do we want to give Core a little bit of time to warm up first? How are we
I
feeling?
need time to warm up.
Core says, give me a chance to warm up. Okay, it seems Chad is feeling merciful enough to give Core
now.
that opportunity.
For now.
I was gonna say, if I waited around long enough, I'm sure someone would have
Mhm.
taken the opportunity.
This is what I've been telling you, Lids. You need to not do that. You wait too long between games. The chat should already have a request during the game.
Frost King, I was too slow.
The rights.
It takes some time sometimes to make those requests. Frost King was 3 seconds from sending, see?
Gladly.
No, it's not enough time. I mean, too much time.
Yeah, see what?
I misspoke.
What?
Too much time.
Perhaps a Freudian slip. Banishing throws from Orlek, quick throws from Manly. Speedy Bertrude in the second spot for Core.
Hmm.
Speedy Protrude in the second spot. For Lilac, with the Stubborn Flame, which could affect Core's choices here. As Core goes Webbed Lanthorn Tizo.
Sorry, I had to change my Discord profile picture.
Oh. I'm surprised one does that so quickly. In the middle of playing a game.
My friend just sent me some art that he made for me. How could it's a high priority task.
Okay, okay.
Surely you understand.
Alright.
No.
Why do you not have friends that make art for you?
Yeah, I don't have friends that make art for me.
That sounds rather sad, actually.
Okay.
I hope that you get to have that someday, Core.
Well, anyways, this will be our first matchup of the day between Core and Lilac. Lilac, of course, been in here for a little while with those matches against Murph, but Core just hopping in and getting us started with a 25 damage sap throw.
Good.
And some exploding saplings to go along with that. No one back to defend at the moment, so time for those quick sap throws. Of course, they start with the longest throwing range, but it's usually quite slow unless you take the quick throwing talisman, and that can make a pretty big difference, as Core is demonstrating here.
The fates are banished to the last.
And can create more space with those exploding saplings, but there's the Stubborn Flame taking
how
effect.
do you detonate? How do you detonate exploding saplings exactly? I'm not sure I ever learned how to do that.
It's the salute button, right?
It's a salute button. There's a mastery for it, but so like normally when you use it, it just explodes in front of you. But
there
what
we
happens
go.
is if you explode it and then place a new one, it will explode the new one. And you can place this in like auras and stuff. So like if you have a big demon aura, I'm trying to explain to you you're playing.
Oh,
He's
I
trying to
didn't
teach
realize-
you.
I thought you were just trying to tell me. I thought you were explaining it
He's
to
trying
me
to
verbally.
demonstrate.
I was
I did not.
demonstrating.
I did not realize that. My apologies.
Professor Core.
Oops.
Ooh, the shoulder smash of the offensive variety there. Oh, that's intimidating.
What makes it offensive there, Lids? No one answers.
Just when you have originally, when people used shoulder smash, it was defensively stopping someone from scoring. You don't have the orb. Not only do you block them, you banish them. Whereas if you have the orb and you are on the attack, trying to score with your character, and you shoulder smash the defender, then that's more of an offensive shoulder smash.
I see.
Professor Lids, I have another question.
Yes.
What
I suppose.
What is the highest score that you can get? Like, what is the largest amount of Pyre? What is the highest damage that you can do in one score? Do you
Are
know?
only damage, or are we also factoring in like life recovery leech for like total value?
I mostly meant like the first thing,
Damage,
but
just pure damage.
yes, just pure damage. but leech can also count. But
Okay.
like, just,
Well, the answer
like,
either way is a demon with Brazen Manor active. The question is, from a talisman standpoint, do you take the 50% leech, or do you take a talisman that gives you extra damage either when plunging or at the cost of reduced hope?
Struggle all you like, reader.
Now that's in multiplayer. In the campaign, you can do more.
And it
You can
is
get
done.
plus 2
GG.
stat
Mhm.
glory.
The accusers prevail. And what a
GG.
crushing
Oh, and
victory
Titan
it
Stars.
was.
Yeah, that's true. Titan Stars theoretically can contribute as
The
well.
ceremony is complete.
All right. Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
But let us know, chat, if there's anything we would like to see for the next one. I know for the previous one, Frost King almost had a request. I don't know if the time is now
well,
come
he's on
and
the
gone.
timer, so we got 20 seconds.
There's not a 20-second timer per
There's a
se.
20-second timer. Oh, 10 seconds?
Okay, let's see. We have a Titan Star request from Frost King. Anyone but Core can choose Core stuff. Just put it in chat. Oh dear.
I hate it here.
So does that mean that I get to pick Titan Stars?
Well,
No.
usually we have a rule when it comes to the request that you can't make, when you are in a match, you can't make a request that blatantly favors you or disfavors your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say this, despite the request technically not coming from you, you know, functionally it comes from you if you are
Yeah, you
the
can't
one
choose.
specifying.
Okay. You can't control me, Lilac.
Excuse me?
Frost King
Pardon?
says Core has Almer and the Stowaway.
Why would you do that, Frost King?
I mean, this was an potential opportunity to
Wait, what's wrong
Sabotage.
with that?
What even are the requests now? I
Frost King just
Nothing.
followed up, who turned it into his own exile request, I suppose, and said that Core will
Okay.
take Almer and the Stowaway.
Okay.
Although
Okay.
there could be more from there, I suppose.
Okay, no one wants to pick my stuff. We can move on.
Oh, how interesting. Going once? Going twice?
Wait, what are we going once and twice on?
We're
Is
gonna-
it-
Other people from chat requesting various things regarding
okay.
Core's setup.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so there is more from Frost King
Okay.
then.
Okay.
Masteries all left side and a talisman from the bottom row for both people.
Are they
Core-
both all left side? Both Almer and Faye are all left side is what you're referring to.
Yes. Frost King says yes. And Frost King says if no one else specifies, then Core can choose the rest. Alright.
Sounds good.
I suppose we're good to go then.
You gotta rip the band-aid off sometime, Lids.
The accusers versus the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Okay, so it's an all left side, Stowaway and Almer, but there's one character that is entirely up to Core, so he goes with the legendary talisman on Gilman.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do here?
Most of this was regarding Core specifically, but I thought there was one thing.
You're bound by no rules.
Oh.
Free.
Both players must choose at least one talisman from the bottom row.
No, that was just
Okay.
me, I think. No, that was.
Frost King, help!
No. That was
Oh,
just
that's
me.
that's
That was
for
that was
the
my
Stowaway
Almer
and
Faye, I
for
think, yeah.
Almer?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You're probably right.
Okay, so I have no requests.
Correct. This seems to all be
Okay.
regarding core, and only
Okay,
core.
okay. That finally I understand what is going on.
Dark Vigor. Do you have a Dark Vigor?
Huh?
Never mind.
Is that perhaps a roast of some kind?
No.
Tay.
Alright, it's Stowaway with Banishing Throws. Or Lilac. And then we know core has to take the Stowaway and Almer in the last two spots and has to take Talismans from the final row, which does include at least one there's a few talismans there that we see people take with some regularity, including Titan Tooth. Maybe not always on Savages, but it's a very good talisman.
Why didn't it take Stunning Claim again? Explain.
Huh? Wait, what?
Never mind.
What did you just ask me?
I wasn't
I think
asking.
he was
you.
asking himself.
I was asking Lids.
Okay.
Oh, she's
Oh, it's
abusing-
Speedy Volfred. Look out.
She's gonna learn how to use the salute.
Well, yeah, because I saw you using it.
I see. So you just copy what I do.
Yeah?
Oh.
Almer.
Is there a law against that?
No.
Okay. Okay,
I
then.
mean, you know what they say, imitation is the
Kamatha.
highest form of flattery.
Wait a minute.
Commence.
Are you saying Yakety is flattering me?
Could be.
What will
Here's
you
the
do with this?
well, actually, everyone
you
down.
Did you just?
on
What did
my
you
left
just say,
side.
Core?
Don't worry about it. The moment passed.
It sounded a little like you said, "I hate you."
What?
Would that be
No,
incorrect?
I think just the opposite.
Oh?
Okay.
Stowaway. Voids that cast. Has the infinite stamina,
If I were
Even slower,
I'd be
though.
rather
but goes down. Yeah.
It has gone in.
Then a 15 damage worm throw from core. Stowaway down. Just Volfred back defensively. Here is Volfred.
Glorious.
But down he goes. And then did Core just cancel out the sapling placement there?
Flamed.
I stepped on.
He did seem to stomp the sapling.
Rude. That's a child you just stepped on. That was Wolford's child. Lids, are you going to stand for this?
I'm a neutral third party.
Liz is just happy to be here, okay?
Lids, you are the guy that does the RITE NITE. I feel like you shouldn't.
I'm a neutral third party, okay?
Flame.
So you're neutral when it comes to children being stepped on?
I feel like I'm being taken out of context here.
Wolford Sandalwood could sue you for that. He could have you sued
For what?
for being for letting his child be stepped on.
I did no such thing.
That was
You are the one who's playing the
you're the
match
one.
right now.
You can be sued for that.
Your fellow exiles remain banished.
I'm not the one that stepped on Fulford Jr.
But you
Nor
let him
was
be
I.
on.
The sacred miracle has kept
What?
the flames alive.
Man. That's good. That's hilarious.
Everyone was exiled
Exactly. Why were you exiled?
because you banished me.
Okay, so you let me step on the guy.
I'm disengaging from this conversation.
Smart and wise. Beyond your years.
Your
Are you
exile
calling
shall
me old?
return ere long. And
No, not necessarily.
Oh, well, GG.
I don't
Well
think that
played.
that doesn't mean old. That means you're smarter than your age. Or you're more wise than your age typically is.
Uh-huh.
That generally means generally it means you're young, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
until
Are you
the
old?
next rite.
I think that's up for your interpretation.
Well, I'm asking
Oh.
for your interpretation.
How old are you anyways? Wait, no, actually don't answer that because internet safety.
Yeah, stranger danger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's getting a little late now, so it may be time for our penultimate rite of the night, the last one in which we take any requests from chat. So if there is still anything we would like to see before the night is through, then this may end up being our last chance to make that happen before the liberation rite, in which we will not take any requests. So, what are you guys thinking? Anything we still want to see?
Yes.
Oh. Customize off. All right. Randomized Exiles
no.
Masteries Talismans.
No.
Could still do an arena, could still do a song. If so, let us know. Otherwise, we have basically everything else accounted for here. Oh, right.
Frost King, what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Frost King means. Well, anyways, it looks like we may be good to go here. So let's get started.
The accusers shall confront the
And it's an imp, a savage, and was that a harp in the last spot for core? Yes. Orlek, and 2 imps for Lilac. It's a very
That's so unfair. You can't just skip Orlek.
boat-centric run.
It's a customize off match.
Exactly. That's my point.
But you have Gareth.
Yes, that makes it infinitely more fair.
Exactly. You see that?
I disagree.
Whatever went to old Orlek?
I'm gonna get ya, I'm gonna get ya, I'm gonna get ya.
No sign of the accusers.
No, she got me.
There goes Tito.
Core recovers. Here's Pamitha, no salute.
I don't know why I did that. I had fell swoop. It's unlikely.
Magnificent.
15 damage plunge from one of Lilac's imps. No prayer beads. Oh my gosh! There's some boat magic for you.
A blow against
But in the meantime, Core plunges for 15 with his imp.
That was not. That's not what I intended.
Well, there you go. That's a little more like it.
Oh,
Not a full arena
go.
slam dunk, but definitely some bonus airtime, courtesy of the boat magic.
banished.
But Lilac defenseless here now. Time for Core to throw that one in for 20.
Of will.
Orlek is really embracing the boat magic right now.
Can you let me breathe?
that's not how the game works. That's
Goes
not how the game
Pamitha.
works.
I don't
Maniacal
understand
laughing
how
from the
game
voice.
works then.
The
Explain it to me.
accusers seem to want their freedom more.
What do you? What counts as letting me breathe exactly?
I don't know. Let me banish you. I don't know.
That's.
Go on.
I'm not just gonna lay down and die for you, man.
Orlek just keeps on flying.
That wouldn't be a fair game.
You're playing the broken character Orlek.
Beyond all reason,
And with some unexpected rekindling, Lilac holds on, courtesy of RITE NITE.
And you're cheated with that. You cheated with the right light. You see, you just cheat.
GG.
GG. Well played.
How is this cheating? How is this cheating? Lids,
It was an extremely fortunate team composition from Customize Off, especially given the boat,
Yes.
but that's sometimes just what happens with Customize Off.
You can't just pick Orlek double imp on the boat, okay?
I didn't pick Orlek, it was customized off.
I don't understand.
It was the will of the scribes.
Yes. Exactly.
Speaking of
Scribes.
which,
The scribes hate me.
speaking of which, it is now time to head over to the Fall of Solium for our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So we will go request list for this one, just have both players take their preferred teams to finish things off in style, and we will go Never to Return edition of the Fate for this one. And if you both are ready, then let us begin.
Wish me luck, chat.
Hear me, exiles. You stand upon the fall of Solium. Each of you seeks to be free from this forsaken land. Only the righteous shall emerge victorious. Accusers, stand prepared. The fate, stand ready. Now let us begin.
Alright, so as we were saying, this will be our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite, so no requests from chat for this one. Just both players taking their preferred teams, and for core that means a power casting Snadra. Whereas for Lilac, that's a speedy stowaway. Double Nomad for core with a Typhoon Bottle Headwind. Then an Exploding Headwind for Lilac.
You're stealing my build.
No, I'm not.
Exploding Lendl is the last choice for core, so certainly some similarities there.
Wait, what even was your build?
Very muscular is my build.
You're taking them to the gym.
Lots of shoulder shrugs. And Bright Wisp Hamatha is the final choice for Lilac, and here we go with our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite, core on the left representing the accusers, and Lilac on the right representing the fate. Best of luck to you both.
was all of them. Tay banished. Tis taken. To each his own.
Hello?
And there it is.
GG.
GG. Well played, you two. Well, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite.
They defeated utterly.
So thank you, everybody.
Thus
Thanks, Lids.
ends the liberation rite.
Thank you, everybody who participated in the rites today, and everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. I am going to hop out of Discord, but I will catch you guys next time.
Farewell.
Farewell. Alright. Let me also free them from remote play. If they already fled, I think they may have. Get out of here. Okay. There we are. Well, as I said, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today and everyone who gave us the requests in chat as well. This was Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids, I'm hosting these Rite Nights, and my streaming schedule is weeknights. We're doing a combination of Path of Exile 2 and The First Descendant. Then Fridays, we're doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, Saturdays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and obviously Sundays, Rite Night. Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. Also just did my first ever Path of Exile 2 build guide on YouTube, in addition to some Hades 2 videos, straight to YouTube, and I think that's it, if I remember correctly. But lots of stuff going on, so if you haven't done so yet already, of course you can hit the follow button to get notification for when I go live. Also, at LidsVids on Twitter, I post there when I go live as well. But actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is my Discord, which you can join by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.